Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me again today. If you subscribed, thank you very much. If you haven't, I'd love it if you did. Today I thought we would do something a little bit different, and I will move my water bottle out of the frame. I guess it doesn't really matter. Anyway, I'm going to tell you the story of my beautiful, beautiful Monstera. My big monster is beside me. I know you can't see her right now. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to tell you the story, but have the camera kind of just show you what's going on with her, and then come back and maybe we'll, I'll tell you about kind of the care. So see how this goes. Hi, welcome back. So I just moved over a little bit. I am going to kind of take you into the weeds in a little bit. I just wanted to tell you a little bit of the story about this beautiful Monstera Deliciosa of mine, and where she came from, and the story of like how resilient these plants truly are for people that don't know what they're doing. I guess this would be considered a good beginner plant because, you can't. So back in 2012, I worked in this office that, anyway, she was sitting in a hallway kind of by herself in front of a big window, so she was getting lots of light, but she was in a little tiny pot, maybe 6-inch of some sort, and a bucket, and I think every once in a while somebody would throw water on her just to keep her alive. It was like torture, I guess. And I would do that too. I mean, I would go by, I didn't know what she was. I had no idea. So, but I felt bad for her. So every once in a while I would water her and whatnot. And then so it's 4 years, 2016, we were closing the office and she needed a home. So I thought, I'll take her. Don't know what she is, but I'll take her. Massive aerial roots. I got to tell you, she was searching for water, this one. And anyway, so I brought her home. Literally did the same thing. I just kept throwing water on her. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I didn't even fertilize. She hadn't seen fertilizer until probably the last few years. So it's no wonder she wasn't growing. And I really, really wish I had pictures, but I'm really not good at taking pictures, and I don't have any from back then, I don't think. I'll take a look. But anyway, so same thing. I just brought her home, kept her in her bucket, kept her in her pail, watered her when I watered my other plants, and that was about it. That was like, this is the life she's lived since 2012. And I think, I'm gonna say maybe 2019-ish, we moved into this house and I put her in the kitchen. It was a big, bright kitchen. So I just put her on the floor in the corner. So she got lots of light now. Now she was getting, she was getting good light, but again, I was just continuing to water whenever I did my other plants. Back then it was just water your plants. Like I really didn't even fertilize. I didn't even know what they were. I just, that's pretty, I got it. So then I was getting really, really frustrated with the aerial roots because they were literally all over my kitchen, and I thought, okay, so I think it was July of 2020 maybe, that I said, okay, that's it. I cut off all the aerial roots. I'm taking you outside. If you die, you die. If you survive, yay, you. So I took her out and I had her in the gazebo. Now she was like, it's really, really bright in the back. And I think it might've been west facing. And the reason, I'm not even going to go into the reason why I can't tell you what direction the house was in. But anyway, but I had her a little bit protected. Like she was under a gazebo, an open side gazebo where she was in a corner. So she was, she was getting good light, but she was still protected from the direct sun. And she went berserk. Like that was the best thing I could have ever done. I totally wasn't expecting it. So yeah, that's when she started to grow upwards, getting, I'm going to say, like, these are obviously her like original leaves, which actually, look at that. That is a beautiful leaf for having been neglected. This guy here, I had to chop off some brown, but these are what her original leaves look like, right? I didn't even know that that was fenestration on them. So then, yeah, it was the best decision I made. That's when she started to kind of grow, and she was getting bigger leaves like this, going up the vine here. This one that's a little bit damaged, that's kind of caught, but you can see. And then, so pretty much just carried on doing what I was doing. And then, but she was growing, and I was beginning to kind of like her, you know, because she was doing something. So then we moved into this house. I'm going to say I think it was February of 22. Yeah, February 22, I think. And this has kind of been where she's been sitting, and I just kind of carried on. I was taking better care of her. I would wash her leaves. I was starting to fertilize, and you can see the difference in her growth a little bit. But really, 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 it wasn't until this past summer I took her outside. When I took her outside to the backyard, I tried to acclimate her, but she got a little bit scorched in some areas because, I don't know if you can see that on the camera. I'll take you in a bit in depth in a minute. No matter where she was so big, even then, that no matter where I put her, some sort of direct light, heavy, hard light was hitting her leaves. So finally I decided, okay, you know what? I don't know why I keep doing this to her. She's so amazing. It's like, okay, I'm just going to put you out here, and I'm not going to stress. I put her on a bench under our lilac tree. And that's pretty much where she stayed all summer. She stayed there all summer. And honest to God, it was much better. She did acclimate. She wasn't getting as much direct sun. She got the morning sun, but nothing like serious. And then last summer, I swear it rained every other day. Every other day. She got so much water, and she just went nuts. She just went nuts. This is when I started to see these big leaves, like this guy here, and this one up here. Actually, that's one of her newer ones. That one came in over the winter. That one's somewhat newer. I think this one was probably, or maybe it was this one, where it was like in awe of, like, I've never seen leaves this big. Isn't that amazing? It's stunning. So she kind of sat out there all summer. She loved it. The humidity was incredible. The rain, if anybody tells you these guys, you know, let them dry out, I'd maybe think about that. I feel like she does a lot better. Obviously you want to be careful of root rot, right? You don't want to overwater her, but I think, you know, I wouldn't put her, she could tolerate drought. She really can, but if you want her to thrive, I've found giving her a little bit more water is necessary, especially if they're still producing like new leaves, right? So yeah, let me just stop for a minute, and I'm gonna switch the camera around, and we'll just take a bit of a tour of what she's looking like. All right, so here she is in all of her glory. Look at this. She's just massive. I don't even know. She's growing out of this space I put her in. Because, you know, in the winter, I got to try and keep her leaves off of the windows themselves. But, like, look at that. Oh, my gosh. And just take a little peek. So here's her sun scorching from last summer. And then I'm not even going to be able to show you all of her, but I'll show you some of these aerial roots that she put out and how thick they are. This one is actually over the winter. And this guy was started last summer, but it's like way down. I was down there. And if we kind of get into the thick of things, we can see this branch here. I'm just gonna try and get the camera in there. See how beautiful that is? Can you actually see that? That is such a beautiful stem. This is one of her newer leaves. And it looks like she might have somebody coming up here. She's so hard to get around. And then also this one here, and here is newer. I'm gonna take this off, and this is one of her new leaves here, I'll show you. And this other one over here is new. And that was all just this winter. I'm gonna say, I remember starting in January-ish. So just to give you an idea, she's actually 2 plants. There's 2 stems in here, 2 actual plants. So I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna try and figure out what to do with her this summer. She's got aerial roots that have now dug themselves into right into the soil. So she's anchoring herself. And, oh, this is one of the other new leaves, just to show you that. It's really awkward doing it this way. But yeah, so she is, I cannot see what I'm showing you. I hope that's good. But giving you a little tour. I can't hardly even move her yet around to show you, but she is one beautiful, beautiful plant. So there you go. I don't know how good that tour was. Sorry, I have no room to move here, and she's so big, it's ridiculous. But anyway, I just wanted to share that story and just tell you how resilient and beautiful these monsteras are. And if you absolutely have the room, I would 100%, you have the light and the room to let her grow. You tame her in when she's young, not like me, because I didn't know what she was. I think you're gonna find her to be one of the easiest and, you know, easiest plants to take care of, and that she'll just grow. Yeah, I love her. I love her. She's my little monster. Well, I guess she's my big monster now. The little monsters in my office that I definitely am going to look at taming this summer. But, so, yeah, when I get ready to try and figure out what I'm going to do with her, probably June, I'm guessing, depending on the weather. Maybe May, but probably June. I will definitely take you along and we'll kind of figure out, well, I'm going to have to assess her. I'm going to have to take her apart again, she needs to be repotted anyway. So I might have to propagate. I don't know, but I know, don't be afraid to cut because she'll get bigger, yada, yada. I know the story. You know how hard it is. But I will have to tame her down. So we will do that together at another time. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. This was a bit of a choppy video. I do apologize for that. It's really hard getting into this corner, but I really wanted to share her with you. And if you like the video, feel free to give it a like. Otherwise, thank you so much, and I will see you next time.